Let's be honest. You've got a graveyard on your phone right now. Half-finished notes, abandoned app ideas, a fitness tracker you opened twice, a language learning streak you broke on day 4. And somewhere buried in your files, a business plan that was going to change everything. Except it didn't, because you never finished it. And before you say it, no, this isn't about discipline or laziness or some dopamine disorder you've been self-diagnosing on TikTok. This is about something quieter and honestly more dangerous. It's about the way you think about finishing itself. See, here's the thing nobody talks about. Starting feels like progress. It genuinely does. The moment you download the app, make the plan, buy the journal, write the first page, your brain gives you a little hit of something good. It feels like momentum. It feels like you're already someone who does the thing. Except you're not. You're just someone who started the thing. And starting without finishing is just dreaming with extra steps. Now, I know what you're thinking. I start things all the time. I just lose motivation halfway through. And that's exactly the problem. You think motivation is supposed to carry you to the finish line. But motivation is a terrible driver. It shows up excited, gets bored around mile 3, and quietly exits the vehicle, leaving you stranded, wondering what happened to your passion. Here's the actual pattern. And pay attention because this is the part most people completely miss. You don't quit because you lose interest. You quit because somewhere in the middle, things stop feeling new. And your brain has been trained to chase new, not done. The middle of anything is ugly. It's slow, it's repetitive, it doesn't feel like growth. Even when it is. The middle of learning guitar is playing the same chord until your fingers hurt. The middle of building a business is doing boring admin work at midnight. The middle of getting fit is going to the gym when nothing about your body looks different yet. The middle is where it counts. And the middle is exactly where you leave. And why do you leave? Because you've been accidentally rewarded for starting your whole life. Think about it. Every new semester felt like a fresh start. Every new year felt like a reset. Every new crush, every new hobby, every new goal came with that same electric feeling of possibility. And your brain remembered that feeling and started chasing it, which means without realizing it, you've trained yourself to be addicted to beginnings. So what actually fixes this? Because I'm not here to just describe your problem in an interesting way and send you off into the void. The fix is simpler than you think, but it's going to feel wrong at first. You need to make finishing feel like starting. You need to attach that same sense of newness and reward to completion, not just initiation. Here's how. First, stop celebrating starts. Stop telling people about your plans before you've done anything. The moment you announce a goal, your brain partially registers it as already accomplished. The pride you feel from telling someone you're going to the gym 3 times a week, that's borrowed pride, and your brain just spent it. Keep your goals quieter and let the finish line be the announcement. Second, shrink everything. Your brain doesn't bail on short things, it bails on things that feel infinite. If your goal has no visible end, your brain treats it like there is no end and it'll find an exit. You need to break every project into chunks so small that finishing one actually feels like something. Not a micro win, not a growth moment, just done. And done feels good when you've set a finish line you can actually see.
Third, and this one's uncomfortable. You have to sit in the boring middle on purpose. Stop trying to make the middle exciting. Stop trying to gamify it or find a new system or rewatch motivational content to reignite the spark. You just have to be there, in it, doing the boring, repetitive, unfun part because that's what finishing is. Finishing is mostly just refusing to leave when things stop feeling new. Now, here's where I want to push back on something you've probably told yourself, which is that you just haven't found your passion yet. Like, if you find the right thing, finishing will feel natural and effortless. And honestly, that's a beautiful idea, and it's almost entirely wrong. Even people who love what they do have unfinished drafts, abandoned projects, and days where the work feels like dragging furniture uphill. Passion doesn't make the middle easier, it just makes you slightly more willing to go through it. The willingness is still yours. Look, I get it. The world is not exactly making this easier. You've got infinite content, infinite options, infinite new things to start. The entire attention economy is built on giving you a new beginning every 30 seconds. Scroll down, new beginning. Scroll down, another one. Your brain is getting rewarded for abandoning things constantly. So when something requires you to stay and push through the boring part, of course it feels wrong. Of course you want to leave. It's not a character flaw. It's a trained response. And trained responses can be untrained. So here's your actual homework. Not a system, not a productivity hack, just one question. Every time you feel like quitting something, ask yourself, am I leaving because this is genuinely wrong for me? Or am I leaving because it stopped feeling new? Those are 2 completely different reasons, and only one of them is valid. If it's the second one, you stay. You sit in the uncomfortable stillness of the middle and you keep going. Not because it feels good, but because done is worth more than another beautiful beginning you never finished.
Look, the graveyard on your phone isn't proof you're lazy. It's proof you're really good at starting. And somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that was enough. It's not. The world doesn't reward people who had great ideas. It rewards the ones who finish them. And yeah, that's annoying. And yeah, the middle is terrible. But you already know how to start. You've done it 100 times. Now it's time to figure out what comes after.